Hey folks, welcome to the channel. It's No Spend February, so we need to go in and check and see how I'm doing so far. So everything's all set. I've got all the numbers plugged in. Grab your glasses and let's get to it. All right, so it is February. Let's go back here and see if we can find that. I think it's today is what I have it marked as. Yeah. So things are looking pretty good so far. Move in a little bit for you so you can see. Um, I do have no spend on most of the days. I was worried about game day, but let me explain this. I did spend money, but technically I didn't. So I have like a jar of money. Everybody's got the jar of money. So on the way out, I was tired and I didn't have any soda in the house, and I thought I'm just gonna go swing through the set, convenience store on the way and grab a soda. And so that's what I did. So technically, I spent money this day, but really I didn't because it was just in my coin jar. I'm bargaining here, guys. I didn't put no spend, but really it was kind of a no spend day. I am going to a game tonight. I may actually do the same little trick, but if I do, I'm not going to put no spend because it's technically going and getting something I really don't need just because I want it, right? And that's, I think, what I'm trying to do for this month is just not go out and blow my money needlessly because that was really an unneeded expense. So it really didn't count. So I think I've been doing pretty good. My daughter, the other day, she's like, Mom, I want to get a movie for the boys. I said, it's no spin. She says, does it really count though if you're buying something for your kids? So she is going along on this no spin challenge with me too, and I think she's doing a pretty good job. She is going to spend on Valentine's. I don't think we can count that as a unnecessary expense, but otherwise she's doing pretty good too, other than that movie she wanted to get for the boys. As a reminder, my household is me. And both of my children are currently living with me. My daughter came in about a year and a half or so ago with her two young boys, and so they live in the household. Um, and then my son just recently went back to school, and to, help afford that expense, he has moved in and he's also with us. So we have a full house, but honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. So let's go in. I did have a couple of expenses this month. The mortgage has already been pulled out. I'm still waiting on the phone and the electric to pull, but that should be within the next day or two. I don't anticipate really having any expenses this week. I've went to the grocery store this morning, so I'm all stocked for food. And I probably will go get something for the boys for Valentine's Day. I just haven't decided when and where and how much. But I won't list that as a no spend day if I do decide to do that. So let's go into the details of this week. So I do get paid twice a month. Sometimes my check will hit the last day of the prior month. Um, Sometimes it'll hit on the first day, but if it does hit the prior, I count, first half a week, or excuse me, first half of the month and second half of the month as far as breaking up by paycheck. I had the known expense of my mortgage, and I mentioned to you all that I'm overspending by $300 just to get my principal down, in the hopes that my mortgage, I don't, I think it's unrealistic to think that I can have my mortgage paid off before I retire unless I postpone my retirement more than, say, 5 years. I think it's reasonable to assume I'm going to have this mortgage paid down in 2038. I think I is it 20? No, would have to go look it up now. 2030 something. It was originally a 15-year mortgage. I did a refinance to remodel a couple years ago, um, and it's like 2.5%. It's a pretty good rate, but the idea is to just get this down and get this paid off earlier rather than later. My electric and phone still coming up. I did a little bit of adjustments on some of these variable expenses. Um, so this was from last year, or excuse me, last month as opposed to this month. Just small changes to be more realistic to what I'm spending. I increased the food amount, and I added a miscellaneous account, and I think I adjusted the household but I think I'm going to need to adjust that more because I was actually able, like when I went to BJ's last week, I was able to like separate like all of the consumable sundry type of items for the household. So, I'm going to give it a few more months and then make the change to the food in the household so that it's more realistic. And then one of the things that I was going to do was top off my health care because I'm buying glasses very soon. I think my appointment is in March. And I wanted to fully fund that so that I had the cash available when I went to the optometrist and I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm going to have the purchase the glasses at the optometrist. I have to see how much they cost. But I remembered I have to pay my season tickets this month if I want the discount. I don't have to pay it this month. I have until May 23rd before they give up my seats. Um, but I think I can do it. And here's why. I don't have to pay it. There's a game. So if we go back here, I can pay for the tickets on game day, game night. There'll be somebody there that will take my money. And I will have 2 more paychecks before that game night. I've already put $530 into the sinking fund for the tickets. I only need $1,200, so I need roughly $200 or $300 per paycheck, and I think that's completely doable. So I'm going to continue on the path that I will pay for these season tickets at the end of the month. And I'll just make sure that I put, the money into the savings account for the sinking funds to account for that. So I think I'm okay with that. It would have been nice to fully fund the eyeglasses, but I have 120 in right now, and I'll probably be able to get close to the mark by the time I actually buy my glasses. I plan to put $225 on my credit card this month, mainly because Rachel gave me $100 for our house rental amount. She gave me just another extra $100. I think she said she wants to contribute another $400 in addition to ultimately she wants to contribute a total of $1,500 towards it, which is great. So she gave me yes, she gave me $25. That $25 is for the video that she bought from Amazon because it's on the TV and it's linked to my account. And she said, "Hey, if I get this, can I just give you $25?" I said, "Sure." So that has to go there because it went on my card. And then the extra $100 is contributing towards the household expenses. So my son also contributes when he is able. Again, all of us living together, we're all trying to contribute to the household. Let's see. I think that's about it that happened this week. Everything looks like it's going fine. I'm not going to run out of any money or anything. The one thing is this money she gave me in cash. And I meant to go to the bank this week, and I just have been too busy and have not been able to do it. So I've been paying cash for some of my trips that I've been doing. I've just been marking it on the register, and I'll show you that in a minute. But what'll happen is at the end of this cycle, if I don't do any more shopping, which I don't anticipate doing, I'll have a cash balance in my wallet of $14.95. Just from the what's left of what she's given me. Um, so let me just, this I think is pretty self-explanatory. These are my cash envelope. I don't know if you all have seen previous videos, but what I do is I note it and then I have it over here, and this is kind of how I'm choosing to use it right now. I may decide to change. It is kind of evolving because February is only my second month in the Budget by Paycheck Workbook. So what I decided to do for the sinking funds was use check registers, and then when I put something in, like for healthcare, for example, um, I'll put it in as a deposit, right? So I had $70 in my savings account, and I just forward it down, and then I think put another 50, so I have $120. So I'm just kind of marking what the balance is, and then this should be my account balance for my saving, and everything should add up. I'm just, doing some checks and balances here, basic accounting stuff. So um, that's how I'm choosing to track that right now. Again, I may change my mind because it's all kind of work in process here. So all of that balanced out. For next paycheck, again, because I'm going to be focusing on the season tickets, I still think I'll have plenty of money left over to apply to other sinking funds, particularly that healthcare, because I really want to get two glasses like I have now. My grandson sat on the glasses that I use for distance. So looking at a TV screen if I'm on the couch or driving, everything's are blurry. So I just need to get that replaced. My glasses that I use for, doing things like this or looking at a computer screen or my phone, those are a different pair of glasses, but they also need to be replaced because pretty sure that the prescription is no longer correct for me. So, yeah, I want to get two glasses, in other words. I've I keep waffling about the whole bifocal thing, and even the transitions, I just, I don't think I would enjoy using those. I would prefer to just change them when I need to, which seems like a pain, but you actually get used to it. Yeah. And oftentimes you'll see me walking around with a pair of glasses on my face and another pair of glasses propped up on top of my head. Okay, so this will be for next paycheck. I wanted to just kind of look through the expenses this week. Or it would really is just this first week. It's all pretty standard fare. Because it's no spend, I don't have any extra stuff in here. So it's really just food, food, food. um, I needed to do a big BJ's run. So I got toilet paper, paper towels. What else did I get? There were a couple other things that were like household needs. Obviously, $93 worth of household needs is a lot. So I don't remember what was on the list right now. And then Chewy came out. That's actually due to deliver today sometime. Uh, and then, of course, the food. I'm trying out Aldi for the first time. I went this morning and I was pleasantly surprised. Before I went, what I did was I created a Kroger shopping cart, and then I went into Instacart, and I started putting in what I would get from Aldi, and I was just kind of comparing the prices. And when when I looked at it, even though the Instacart does upcharge a little bit on the app, I was able to determine, yes, I think it would be worth to check out Aldi. So I went in there this morning. I was able to get I mean, this is like a full week's worth of food, including all my meat, which is incredible for $110, which is, and I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to cook this week. Um, I the problem with this setup though, and you guys, I don't know if you run into this too. It's like when I go to the store, it's not my favorite chore. I consider it a chore. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy shopping at all. I want to go in, get out, be done, and not have to drive three different places to get what I need. So this morning I spent an hour and a half. Going to BJ's generally takes an hour at least, but I wasn't going for like the big haul, right? I was just going for BJ's. I went to get water because I forgot when I was here. So I don't know, guys. I guess, I have to decide if my time is worth 40 or $50. And, you know, I guess my Saturday mornings are not, right? I don't know. But I did save more. I was able to get more with the amount of money that I spent, and I was pretty happy with that. Overall, I was pleased with Aldi. They, of course, obviously they didn't have some of the things that I needed, which is why I had to make these other trips. But I tried to be very mindful of my list. And honestly, I need Hagrid by my side saying, stick to your list. Stick to your list, right? Because I intended to spend about $40 at Aldi. I really did. I intended to spend $40. I spent 90. So, yeah, I need to stick to my list. But I did get enough, like several days more food out of that. So, whatever. It's still within my budget, right? So I had $200 to spend. Oh, and by the way, that's my membership, but I'm just including it in food because it should be absorbed into the food costs from my perspective. So that would be 60, roughly 100, 200, and $10 or so. And my food budget is $200 per pay period. So I think this is um, within reason on the budget is roughly $200. And that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, I could have brought that down a little bit. But, it's just like when I saw things, I was like, look at those pork carnit, I don't even know how to spell it. It's just whatever. Pork, where you pulled pork, you pull it in, put it in the crock pot, and you have pork tacos later. I can't remember how much that was now. Hold on. It's on here. I can't even remember now. Bagels. Oh, great bagels and cream cheese. Yes. Um, where is that? Oh, and the little mini meatballs. My grandson loves to have spaghetti and meatballs. So I'm saying you guys, here it is. Pork shoulder, $3.37 for this thing. I'm going to throw it in the crock pot and be able to eat for a couple days on that thing. $3.37. How can you beat that? Anyway, enough on Aldi and overspending there. Let's go take a peek at this. So we talked a couple weeks ago about me not using the monthly meal plan, right? And that I would basically be using it just to break down my different um, food categories because I have a food budget of $400, but that includes dining out and groceries. And so I thought I would use this as a means to track this. But as I've come along, I've realized it's helpful to know in my head what I want to cook for the week. Last week I kind of half-heartedly did it. I knew I was going to have these items. I didn't know what day it was. There was another, I can't even remember what else it was that we were going to have last week that I knew we were going to make because that's the food we had in the house to cook. Um, so what I did was I went ahead and kind of uh, penciled in what I wanted to have this week. I added I didn't have Sunday and Monday penciled in. Because generally on the like on Saturday and Sunday, it's just kind of a free range kind of days. Um, but since I got that pork, I went ahead and put this in. I'm not sure when I'm going to make it. I might flop these two. I was originally going to make the black bean soup this morning, but it took longer at the grocery store than I thought. And I found this great recipe for baked ziti. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Food Wishes. I think it's Chef John. I love watching his little shows. And he's got this baked ziti that I'm gonna try. Of course, tacos, gravy biscuits. I just had a craving for gravy biscuits, and I would just make some pepper jack barbecue burgers. So, excluding this, this is what I shopped for. And I already had taco meat. I have frozen ground turkey in the freezer. I get 3 pound packs and just break them up, and then I just have 3 pounds of beef in the refrigerator. So I had everything except the shredded cheese for that. So that's all I had to get for that. And I pretty much had to buy everything for this. Um, the gravy biscuits, Rachel's actually getting the biscuits for me. She's picking up a couple items on Tuesday. She's picking up a few items. But I had a craving for pepper jack and barbecue burgers, right? It sounded so good. So I went ahead and patted those burgers up this morning. I got an 8 pack of buns, so I got enough meat to make 8 third pound burgers. So they're patted up, and all we have to do is, when we're ready, fry them up. And we'll probably eat those during the week, not just this night, but this will be the night that we say we eat them. I don't know, it may be another night. But yeah, so, I guess the bottom line was I decided that yes, having this down was helpful. I shared it with my daughter. We talked about what she would be responsible for versus what I would be responsible for as far as some of the menu items. So she's got her list of a couple things that she's going to get for some of these items. Again, sharing. And then Matt, my son, brought in some stuff the other day too. So again, we're all kind of contributing. And that's pretty much it. This has been kind of a quiet week. Not a whole lot going on other than game night. So several game nights in a row. I went this night, and then my daughter took one of my grandsons last night. It was an amazing game. I wish I was there. It was apparently pretty stellar. Um, they're playing the same team tonight, so I'm hoping for the same kind of outcome. So that'll be fun tonight. I'm supposed to go with my son tonight, so it'll be fun times. So I think the next check-in will be maybe a weekly check-in next week, and I'll talk about the payday, and maybe go over what will happen in the next 2 weeks leading up to the next paycheck. And that's about it. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget, for the sake of engagement, if you can, just hit the like button. Maybe drop a $sign in if you don't have anything to say. If you do have something to say, good, bad, or ugly, I'd love to hear your comments. Particularly since, again, we guys have talked about this. I'm kind of new to the Budget Mom book. So some of the things I may be doing are wrong, which, or maybe they're different and I'm doing them wrong on purpose. I don't know. But I'd love to hear some feedback if you guys have it to give to me. I also have a Discord channel if you want to go hang out there and chat with some like-minded individuals, either about budgeting, or I have a crochet little chat group, a pets chat group. So Oh, and I meant to. I keep saying I'm going to make black bean soup, and I haven't. Said I was going to upload like a picture or something on the Discord channel for food, but I haven't made the black bean soup yet. So anyway, all right. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.